Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta.
Wow.
David,
What have you been up to? You
What?
don't work, do you? I love it.
you made me so happy. Do you see this?
There's so many pictures.
That's so great.
that.
That's so
We-
good.
We need to play the intro again so we can see it again.
Well, it's a
Just kidding.
brand new athletic year. I wanted to make a few updates or whatever, so I figured we need a little update to the intro. And I got all these pictures on my phone of your two ugly mugs and my beautiful face. So I figured might as well put a few of them up there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So do we get our budget reset? Do we get a upgrade in budget this year?
Yeah.
We definitely used all
no
our
comment.
funds, right? We used all the funds last year, so we're not losing anything.
You got to ask that ex-girlfriend.
Right. We have we bring in enough Patreon dollars to pay for the monthly expenses, but I spend a lot more money on other things for us. So
And
I'm definitely in the red.
and the pic collage. We got that. That's probably our yearly budgetary increase. Thank you.
I did that myself. That was all me. So
That's awesome, man.
If you guys want to see it, check out. If you're listening on the podcast, I want to see it. Go to the YouTube page and check out the intro. It's just pictures of us and tailgates and chili cook-offs and all kinds of fun stuff.
Panther
Games
fans
we've been
having
to.
a great time.
It's live in blue. Live in blue.
Living Blue. I have not heard that one.
I just thought
maybe
it-
you pushed
no,
it a little too far.
Living blue.
Maybe.
I still maintain. I think that the way that we need to rival the Metallica Enter Sandman for Virginia Tech and whatever the Sandstorm song with South Carolina,
I'm blue.
and all these big. Yeah. Do the Eiffel 65. I'm blue. Da da da. Like drop the lights in the stadium. Put all the blue lights that are on out there, and have the team come into that, and just make it a big dance party. I think that'd be awesome.
I think Iron Man made it pretty cool too. So
Oh, was it in Iron Man?
I'm pretty sure it's Iron Man.
I mean,
Pretty
maybe.
sure it's one of the Marvel ones, and I'm pretty sure it's Iron Man.
If we're saying it's about 99% sure to be true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
Just
it's in a
1%
Marvel
we're
movie, I
wrong.
feel bad if I don't know it. So
Either way, that would be really cool.
I think a great way to
Because you like
kinda
drop in the intro where he's just like sort of talking. This is a story
Yeah.
about blah blah blah. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit of a. There may be some editing that is necessary because I've kind of looked into it, and there's a little talking for a lot longer than I want it to be, but then when it hits, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. And I guarantee you, almost our entire student body has ever heard of it before, so they would think it's something new and cool.
We could just get like a new and upcoming artist to sample it, and we could do some like updated version. That'd be fine too.
We could do that.
Oh man, that'd be horrible. Then music now sucks. There's no good music anymore.
We should
Oh, I thought you meant like the CDs, like the series Music Now.
Oh,
we should get the Kids Bop version of it. How about that?
Oh boy.
oh, there probably is. There probably is a Kids Bop version of it. Oh God.
No, we should.
Alright.
All right, I want to stick with the band first. Let them do their thing, and then kind of getting up for the kickoff, but starting early enough. That's where you do it.
Get the band to play.
get- you
I'm
get the-
blue.
You got the players jumping up and down. You get the stadium jumping up and down. Yeah, that's when you do it.
That'd be great.
Kind of boring, honestly, between all of the intros and the team running out. There's just this like lull right now, so I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be
Wait,
great.
that
Maybe
could be the team running out though. You do the talking part, and then when it drops, the team was running out. That'd be awesome.
That's what I'm thinking. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah,
With,
and,
like
and
blue
everybody in the
flames
stands
coming up.
Blue
jumping
flames
up and down,
everywhere.
bouncing.
We have
Yeah.
Gas South.
Yeah, there you go.
Aren't they the blue flame, or is that Georgia Natural? I don't know. One of them's the blue flame, right?
Get whatever one it is. So
Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, start of the season, start of the athletic season. We don't have an actual game until like 6 or 7 weeks. Like I think soccer is what starts off like a week or two before football kicks off. There's no schedule for that yet. Nothing to go over, Ryan. Sorry, but yeah.
Oh,
we're in the new athletic
dang.
year.
Don't you worry, it's coming soon, Ryan.
But let's do soccer this year. Like, let's
I know, right?
let's commit
year,
to like
one
3
match,
games. 3
One
games.
match. Just one.
3.
Well,
Three?
if
How
the
many
schedule
are there?
comes out-
How many are there in a season? Are they seasons? I just got game wrong. So
Yeah, well, obviously it's season. It's the 2024
it's
season.
not obvious to
Yeah.
me.
Well, all sports are in seasons.
It's a
like,
field, but it's a pitch.
that's a, oh yeah.
It
That,
doesn't
well, no,
matter.
it's a field. I don't care. This is America. We call
And
it
it's a match. It's not a game. So I don't know.
game.
But anyway,
Whatever.
we should commit it to some
3.
percentage of them, and I think 3 is good.
I think
Not
in that,
3%,
and I
3
say that
games.
I think that we should go to every spectator sport at least once in a season. And I think that soccer, I think 2 or 3 makes a lot of sense. Women's soccer, 2 to 3 makes a lot of sense. I don't think that tennis or golf really does spectator type stuff, or even the track and field.
I don't even
But,
think they have a I don't think we're able to go.
well, I know
Show
that
up. You can
tennis
show
when
up,
tennis was
right?
at Piedmont Park, there were bleachers there, but just because it's where also where like rec league tennis happened, and people sat there and waited for their matches and everything. But
Right.
But yeah, we made it to a baseball game this past year.
Yep.
Kudos, slap on the back to us. We need to make that more regular. And I'm sure we will once it's in Summerhill.
So our
Yeah.
record is 1. We have to break our record next year.
I
At
went to
least one-
soccer. Was it last year or the year before? I went to a
like
game
2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good. It was fun. And you could just wheel a cooler in. I didn't, but it's free parking, and you just walk right in.
Any sport where you can bring your own, where you BYOB, why are we not doing that?
I'm not sure if you're allowed to, but I'm also not sure they have personnel to stop us.
I don't think they'll make the effort to stop us.
That's what we need. They don't have security to stop somebody from bringing a cooler in, and we're in downtown Atlanta. Not the best place to be with no security.
It's fine. It's sort of a weird little back alley type thing. It's like beside the old practice facility. It's like there's a little road, and you just walk right up there, and it's just an open fence. You just walk right in.
No,
There
right,
is there is security there, but I didn't see them stopping anyone for any reason. So
all right, so we're gonna go to one game, at least one game of every spectator sport, and we're pledging 2 to 3 for men's soccer at least. Is that what we're saying?
I'm with it. Yeah.
All right. I like it. So start this new season. There's a lot going on. Obviously, with football, you got Del McGee starting over.
Wait, who?
Coach AD McGee. Coach AD McGee. I got Coach AD McGee, and then his new hire of Hue Jackson, the stacked football staff, coming in there with a bunch of new players. That's a whole new fresh start. Jonas Hayes is recruiting like mad. We have a great transfer class coming in there. New coaches in softball and men's golf. Men's golf was hired yesterday or something. Beach volleyball will still be good, even though we did lose the Prairie Twins. That sucks. But big season. Can only go down from here, right?
Was that all that was on the agenda for the new coach, or is the new coach an agenda item later on?
Yeah, can you tell us about
I had some notes about him. Yeah, it's would you say this hire is huge?
Oh. I don't know. I know he's a former NFL coach. What we hired in football.
Yep.
What team did he come from? Did he go somewhere after the NFL?
Browns and Oakland.
Oof,
And Bengals
rough
for
and
a
tumble.
hot minute too. But I think he was head coach at Browns. I'm not sure if he was head coach at Raiders, but he was not head coach at Bengals. But
Right.
Where was he after?
He came here. He was just let go as Grambling State, the other GSU, as their head coach.
Well, you know what though? They are the holder of what you call it, the
trademark. They own the trademark. Yeah. If you want to use something GSU, you technically have to go through them. So,
I gotta say, when I first saw it, I was like, man, this staff is just bonkers with talent. And honestly, you got to have a lot of talent to get to any head coaching position in the NFL. It does appear that he is maybe somebody who was promoted up until he was in a job that he couldn't necessarily do because his record is not that good. But to get there, he had to be good in the first place. You don't just become a head coach of an NFL team because you're not that good at coaching. But maybe he's just not head coach material, which is fine because he's not a head coach at Georgia State.
Right. Yeah, we didn't hire him as a head coach, and he's succeeded in everything he's done besides being a head coach. And I mean, even if he's just there hanging out on the sidelines for fun, the experience that he has, the stories he can tell these guys, I think that just being around him will be immensely valuable to the program. What do you think? What did you think when you heard about a former NFL head coach coming in as a assistant general manager, which I don't know what his actual job is going to be. I don't know what assistant general manager
is that
does.
what his title is?
What is his title? Assistant general manager of football
so
operations.
That means if you abbreviate it correctly, it's Ass Gen Man. Ass General Man.
I mean, so what I hear when I hear that is
we have an ass general.
I hear recruiting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right, but when I hear general manager, and that's probably just because of like the Falcons, right? For NFL teams, general manager is like personnel.
I think it's a different thing in college than it is in football. And Tim, I still want to get your answer to the question, but to answer yours, Ryan, I think that, when Coach AD McGee came in and he said, even at that presser that he's got to do a lot of things he didn't know he had to do because of just how crap support we have. I think that Hue Jackson is going to be that guy or one of those guys that's handling a lot of the other operational NIL recruiting things. He's going to be involved with handling a lot of stuff so that Coach AD McGee can focus on being a head coach and getting the team ready for every Saturday. Yeah, less AD, more coach. Yeah. So, Tim, what were your thoughts when you heard about him getting an NFL head coach coming over to Georgia State?
I felt like, do we have a stop limit on the number of coaches we're going to hire?
Where does this money come from?
Where's the money coming from? And also, that's a solid hire, getting a former NFL head coach to come here as a ass general. Handling all those duties that McGee doesn't want to touch. I mean, it's great for the team. It's great for McGee. Maybe he gets to not do the things that he doesn't have time for and focus maybe more on the team or recruiting or whatever, right? And our ass general can take up the rear.
Oh.
Damn, Tim, you got something to tell us, Tim? Are you guys expecting? Oh, what's going on here? You got the dad jokes coming,
No, I think it's like I said earlier, I think just having him in the locker room around the players just has this aura that the players are going to be attracted to, and not in a ass general man kind of way, but just something that, especially with recruiting is like, every single person that plays Division I college football thinks that they have the talent to play in the NFL. So to be around somebody who has coached NFL players, I think that this is it's a slam dunk hire. I don't know if he'll be around for more than a year. Talking to Ben about, the staff that we have, because it is pretty bodacious. He says there's probably going to be a few guys that this is a one and done type of year for them just to get into it. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine if we have a staff comes in here and sets a new standard, a new expectation for the level of play and the type of player that we can expect to have here. I'm fine with that. So I'm excited about it. I think it'd be awesome. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yep. Definitely exciting. And the last time we had this type of hire was Lopano, and that worked out extremely well. The Trent Miles staff was, and then when we went to an open practice and saw him working with the guys, it was just like, it was really, I don't know, I was just more interested in it, and I thought that he was doing a lot better of a job. And the guys had a lot of good things to say about some of the workouts they had him doing, and they were like, oh, we've never seen any of these things,
right?
But we're definitely better. Like, we're getting better. I think he was like tossing tennis balls in some weird way or something. I don't know. But still, people are like, I think it's attractive. It's attractive to young guys who want to go to the NFL to be like, oh, I get to be next to somebody who was in the NFL and can tell me exactly how to get there. Like, it's a leg
expectations.
It's recruiting. Set
expectations, work ethic, what's expected of them, what the NFL is going to expect of them, get them doing it now so they're ready for it at the next level. Yeah. I was thinking, with McGee coming in here, we already know that our offense is going to change without having. We don't have a quarterback on on the roster that is like a Granger, Dan Ellington style, Quad Brown style quarterback. So we're definitely moving to I guess they call it a professional style or pro style football. You got somebody in there that definitely knows what pro style football is. So I think it's cool.
Definitely.
It's cool.
That's some invaluable experience, I guess, for whoever is going to be our quarterback, right?
Yeah. Which is still.
Do we not have any dual threat quarterbacks on not staff on the roster right now? Is that? I thought that
sure one of
dude
them
from
is,
Memphis
right?
is
Braylon, yeah, I don't think that he's getting any solid look at being the starting. Braylon Ragland, who I'm definitely a big fan of. I don't think we have any. I think it sounds like it's going to be the Georgia Tech guy, Zach Gibson, or is it Pitt, the Pitt guy, Chris with the last name that I don't want to insult him by mispronouncing it. I'll follow the Ben Moore train of thought there. Like, I'm not going to mispronounce his name on here, so I'm just not going to say it.
Honestly, though, I don't think anyone's going to know what's happening because I'm pretty sure practices are going to be closed because the spring practice was closed. We got to see the spring game, and that was about it. But that's all scripted.
And that was the hell knows there. That was Zach versus Braylon, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I just don't think it tells us anything because they could put anybody against anybody, and it doesn't really mean much at all. And so, anyone who comes out and says they know exactly who our quarterback's going to be and not named, AD McGee is
full of shit.
Yeah, we won't know.
Yeah, it's a guess. It might not be full of shit, but they're guessing.
We probably won't know till no earlier than Friday, August 30th, right? That mean right? I mean, we won't know until like the absolute last minute.
I mean, I wouldn't say anything until you. I mean, can't you do it the day?
I don't know. Would they submit rosters? We get rosters like on Mondays or Tuesdays for the week's game, so maybe
just leave it open.
Could list every single one of them as like the number one.
Yeah.
They do that sometimes, right? When they're not really sure, or if they just don't want to give it away, they'll list multiple people as number one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's going to be we'll be talking a lot about quarterback play after that very first game. That'll be a huge topic.
Brand new to us. I mean, it's just the whole team. I mean, holy hell! Like the entire team is just like rotated out. It's like we saw in basketball, but it's 80-something players. I mean, it's crazy how many new players there are. This is just
it was like 30
I have no idea what to think.
It was like 30 plus players for us, and I think maybe Texas State had another huge rotation out of their program, I think, this year and in, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the trend anyway, right?
Yeah.
You look through the rankings of the recruiting stuff, and you look at how many players have left and how many have come in. Teams are losing 30, gaining 40, vice versa, stuff. It's crazy. It's a madhouse out there, and hopefully, I think we're in a state of just like everything's trying to be figured out new with the NIL and the transfer portal, all that kind of stuff. So it's all crazy anarchy right now. I think it will get back. It's never going to go back to what it was, where guys would sit for 4 years and then have 1 year. Like DJ Shockley sits for 4 years, plays for 1 year, and then that's his only. We're not going to see that anymore. But I do think we'll get more of players sticking around a little bit longer than we're seeing the one and dones right now. Yeah, once they start figuring out NIL stuff and they start putting limitations on it,
people are gonna learn the system and how to work it best, and they're gonna start giving advice to the guys coming up in the system and saying like, hey, don't leave after 1 year, or maybe it is like in IT, right? It's like quit every 5 years or you're doing yourself a disservice. 5 years.
I think you're gonna see the most. I think you're seeing the most change from the school side of things. I think that schools right now are using NIL and whatever else to like throw money at these guys to get them and do something. They're going to find out that, maybe we're wasting a lot of money on somebody that's not necessarily going to contribute or something. And like or they come in and then they leave again the following year to go somewhere else. And they're going to put some restrictions on it. It's like, you only get this if you stick around or if you do this kind of production. I think it's going to change like that.
You lock them in with a contract.
Right.
Otherwise, they're going to learn, well, here's what you do. You join this team, get this NIL money before you touch a ball, and then you leave. You go to another team, get more.
Mm-hmm.
That first team, it doesn't make sense to like keep that up. It doesn't make sense to keep doing that over and over and over again. So, like to David's point, though, is you lock them in for some amount of time. Just be like, look, man, you're not gonna leave here for 2 years because we're gonna pay you 2 years worth of money.
Yeah, we'll give you $100,000.
If you want to break the contract because you ball out and somebody else is going to pay you double,
and pay
you're going to kick a little back to us,
right?
Just like coaches do. Just like coaches, that's a coach's contract, right?
I was going to say that's what they're doing.
Yeah, you break it, and there's damages for breaking the contract, and that's all good. Whatever, man.
We'll give you a $100,000 signing bonus when you show up, in spring or whatever it is. But if you leave voluntarily before the start of the season or something. Yeah, it's owed back to you, or owed back to them, or something. So there's going to be some restrictions. People are getting screwed by it. So anyhow, speaking of NIL, apparently I have no idea if there's any truth to this. This was just something that was posted on Panther Talk. That at that Alpharetta event, that fundraiser event they did, that Coach AD McGee introduced a booster of the program that donated $100,000 to the NIL.
Like that night?
Well, I don't know. He was there. I don't think he necessarily wrote the check that night. I think they already been in contact or whatever. But we've talked to a couple people that have been there, that were at that event. They were talking way more about the helmets, the Georgia helmets and the Falcons helmets they got that were signed, than they were about that. I feel like that's bigger news. So I messaged Ben.
Hell yeah.
We only need 250, right, to win the Sun Belt.
350 more to win the Sun Belt.
You only need 250 though after the 100, right?
Yeah, but we already got 76 in the Give Butter website.
Close.
So. Yeah, so we're winning the. Well, we got to win the Sun Belt to make it to the national championship, which we're doing this year, according to the Reddit prophecy guides.
It might be next year.
We got to get some donations.
2025 season could be, or 2025.
I like the flexibility there. That's good for us.
I want us to win both of them. I want to win 2 years in a row.
Could be both. Could be both.
I want to win 3 in a row just to piss off the UGA fans. But that being said, if we don't win the national championship, if we don't play in the national championship this year, I would save so much money because I will be making a lot of money selling my national championship tickets to some other idiots. Because if Georgia State's in the national championship,
you're gonna get
I do have national championship tickets in Mercedes-Benz. I'm going to that game.
If we don't make it to the national championship in the next 2 years, and I am going to have to seriously reinventory my whole life and start figuring out what the hell I've been doing, because this is what it's all been for.
I made a
this moment.
Account.
Yeah, this moment is what your life has been leading up to.
People on the internet message boards are wrong. My life.
Reddit told me this was happening, so I invested heavily in it.
Now, David, would you sell your fancy tickets and buy Georgia State tickets? Be all your Georgia State fans at the national championship game.
My fancy tickets would not be the exact tickets that I have. I don't think they are. They would be like club level. So I would probably stick with what I have, just because of these are my Falcons tickets. I want to utilize those. I'll walk over to you guys in the little cheap. Actually, I'll walk upstairs to you guys in the cheap.
No, I'm getting one of your tickets.
Upper corner.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one Georgia State football game. My wife's like, no, I want to go to that one.
Too bad. You did not invest enough in
this. Yeah, no, I don't think that we would not have the all you can drink.
Her life, Ryan, has been leading up until that moment, and you're gonna take it away from her.
I will open this one up to you guys or anybody listening. I will give you my other ticket if you pay my bar tab for that entire weekend.
Oof. No, that's not.
It seems like a bad.
That's not a good deal.
Well, if you do your job right, you may get me so liquored up and drunk that I actually miss the game. You get to take somebody else to the game with you. Sell them
That's true. What every time you order like a beer, just drop like a couple shots of vodka into it.
It's got really good lately. It's got bite. At this was forever ago. Birthday at a bar or whatever, and everybody was trying to buy me shots, and I was like, I had one rule. It's like, I'll do as many shots as you guys buy for me, but everybody that buys me a shot has to drink one themselves.
Ooh.
And like I'm still drinking more shots than anybody there, but at least this way. But second, people are like, oh yeah, I'll drop $6-7 just to get this guy wasted or whatever. She brings over. I see her ordering. She goes up to the bar. We're sitting at a table. She goes to the bar and she orders, and she's talking to the bartender for a while. And they come over and she gets like a clear shot, like it's like straight vodka, Everclear, something like that. And then I have some colored drink, whatever. I'm like, they give you water. You ordered water. Like you got a shot of water. It's gonna be the same thing. And like, yeah, let's switch these two and see which one it is. It's like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm driving home. I'm like, oh yeah, you failed the test.
Yeah, I'm giving this shot to someone else.
She was a South Carolina fan, so I know. I knew it. I knew what to expect
every time.
You knew what you were getting.
But she did go with me to the Georgia State Bama game, the very first one. We had a good time. So
sorry,
I was there. Did I know you back then? I don't even know.
We did not know each other. But We may have because you were still tailgating in Brown Lot that first year, so I did not know you then. We were not Orange Lot buds yet, so I'm sure there was plenty of people that we hang out with on a regular basis at tailgates now that were at that game that we did not know back then. I didn't know anybody at Georgia State back then.
Yeah.
So, all right, what else we got?
What do we have?
All right, we got a lot of small topics that we'll harp on. Woods Chapel, down barbecue joint down in Summer Hill, Ryan's next door neighbor, pretty much.
Oh my god, man! I sometimes when it's late at night, I just go outside and just
Smell.
like inhale. I just
you inhale your calories. You're like,
That's so nice. The smokehouse is literally 2 doors down.
Because they've got to be smoking all night long, pretty much every night. Yeah.
I mean, to do brisket, you gotta. So
that's the all night shift I would want. I don't want to be an all night security guard where I just sit there and like
all night barbecue.
I want to be the all night barbecue like pit master guy that sits there and like goes home at 7 a.m. and comes back at 7 p.m. to do all over again. That's a great job.
Just sit there and drink beers and stare at a wall.
Yeah, I'm down. The pit masters at Woods Chapel are drinking a lot of beer, but I would do it if I was there. I mean, it's closed. They've open taps. Yeah. Like, why are our numbers down so much? And why is David always like stumbling out of here in the mornings?
Why is there vomit on the patio every day?
We're having like hit him with a broom to wake him up in the mornings.
It's a homeless guy.
Also, did you notice all of our pigs are burnt to a crisp when we get here? All right, Woods Chapel. Yeah, they posted. Tim, was it Tim that you posted this? That sent this to us. They posted an Instagram post about that they posted the Georgia State football schedule, saying they're excited to tailgate on Georgia Avenue this season. I have questions.
Why? What questions?
So are they tailgating on Georgia Avenue, like outside the stadium? Are they gonna have a truck out there? Are they gonna be selling some stuff, or are they just talking about because it's not tailgating to go to their restaurant on Georgia Avenue? That's just pre-gaming.
I think they just want to support us, and we should support them. I don't know.
They do have a really nice patio, and I do think that they might just be calling eating at Woods Chapel on their patio a tailgate, which is fine.
All right,
I'm okay. I will accept it. I know it's not technically, but I'll take it.
All right, Tim. If they're supporting us, though, that means on away games they'll have all the game. They have all the game on all the TVs, and we can take over Woods Chapel both inside and out watching the games. Right? That's supporting us, right?
TV.
I don't know if that's what they meant. I don't know. I didn't read it that closely.
Tim, are you a ventriloquist and not moving? You're kind of
it is frozen. Okay.
Mannequin, and I see no. You're doing a good job
in the private chat that his cam feed was broken.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I was thinking, like, how
you need to
cool
talk to Cam about that.
I will talk to Cam about that. I think they're talking about just tailgating on Georgia Avenue for our home games. I think that's what they're talking about.
They should have like tailgate packages, like show up and
unlimited beer.
No, I'm saying like it's probably good. Oh, yes, I'm in. I subscribe, but if they offered like a tailgate packages, like show up. I mean, it's Woods Chapel, so it's probably like $150 or something like that. But we will just give you like a tinfoil pan of just pulled pork and ribs and some sausages and stuff like that. And you just grab your food, and if you go over to your tent on the bricks or tailgating over there in Lot A or wherever you're tailgating, and just pick up your barbecue, go over and.
They probably do have that. Just to be like totally fair, they probably have that, but they do sell out of brisket every day. So I mean, market barbecue places do.
But I mean, market it as the Georgia State tailgate deal. Like have like A, B, and C of just different combinations of like this one's $50, this one's $75, this one's $100. It feeds this number of people, whatever, and just have like people walk because you could literally walk over there from any tailgate parking spot in Summerhill, grab your food, and walk back over.
Yeah. Yeah, great, I mean, I've grabbed food from Summerhill and just wandered over. So
I agree. I think we should definitely go
do some barbecues. That was said while you were offline.
I was wondering what you agreed to. I was like, man, this was a kamikaze. You know, he was just going in and
coming out.
Anything.
I hope we were talking about barbecue.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, it was safe. It was pretty safe.
It got me thinking. Like, if there's a day when we actually to the point where we have a diehard fan base that comes out and watches everything, like, is 4 away games, that entire Summerhill, Georgia Avenue little strip if all the bars, all the restaurants were showing the game, and it just became like that's what you do. You go to the park on Saturdays when it's a home game, and you go down to Summerhill on away games, and you can just pick your spot. It's playing Georgia State. Everyone's there. Everyone's out there watching Georgia State. It takes over the entire strip for the whole time. You maybe you have a pub crawl where I spend first quarter at this bar, and I spend second quarter at this bar, and I spend halftime at the brewery, and I spend third quarter at this bar or whatever, and just everybody's out there just taking over that place, all blue and white everywhere. It sounds hot.
I think your the Braves event for the first pitch of the season, which was an away game. Mm-hmm. I think that's the mold, right? That's what you do first, and then you iterate. You figure out what works, what doesn't work. But it was really cool because that whole patio, you had a giant screen with the Braves game out there, and then you had you had Braves. I know their stupid mascot thing.
Blooper.
Yeah, the Philly Fanatic, basically.
No, it's a Philly Fanatic's offspring with Homer Simpson. That's
I just still am like, okay, you guys got a new mascot, and you picked your rival's mascot to copy. I just don't get it.
With Homer Simpson.
Do they still have whatever the old one used to be?
Homer the Brave? No, Homer the Brave, which also is like basically the Mets mascot with
it is.
Yeah, they need to, and I know it's not. Did
they retire him?
Yeah, it's not politically correct to say it, but I think we need to get Nakahoma back because that name is just so cool. It's so cool.
Anyway, so Summerhill though, I'm gonna save you from yourself, David. This is some last call stuff.
Barbecue, pizza, chicken.
No, but everyone did something too. So like even the taco place a block down had a Los Bravos special, and they were doing whatever they were doing. We didn't walk that far down there, but everyone on that strip had like a thing going on, and like that's the mold. That's what you do.
Yeah, I think I would take it even to another level where, what is it? Atlantic Station, where they have speakers like in all the little like potted plants or the trees and stuff like that. So whenever you walk by, you could hear like their little music, whatever. Yeah. Like on game days, there should be speakers. There should be speakers built into Summerhill where you have that environment, anyways. But on game days, cranked over to Dave Cohen, and you're just listening to the game as you walk around Summerhill. How great would that be?
Even on non-game days, just him reading books.
It's just Dave Cohen reading the dictionary.
Yeah,
or the Kiss documentary, or the
biography. Oh man, he would do that. Some biography or something. He would. Yeah.
Gene Simmons autobiography.
All right. We've gone way off base here.
No, but I'm in. It doesn't matter if we're off base.
All right, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for something, anything.
Can we do, Ryan, schedule talk, but not schedule talk about football?
Have you ever asked my permission about schedule talk before?
So I saw this today. I saw this yesterday. Apparently, the ACC asked Clemson to have their South Carolina game, their big rival game, on Black Friday, and Clemson's like, "Nope, we're not going to do it." While we have, AD assistant Charlie Cobb over there just allowing us to play 5 games in Atlanta, 4 games away in a row, 2 bye weeks before other teams have their first. Like, Clemson's like, no, I'm not going to do what you asked. I mean, like an ACC put out a statement like, we're very disappointed in the Clemson Tigers' decision to not do this, blah 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 blah. But yeah, they said no,
we're not that game.
They'd be like, not. They should have been like, and also we don't know if we're going to be here anymore.
we're not going to play because the SEC is going to schedule us.
That's going to be a conference game at that point, so it doesn't matter what you say to us, ACC. No, I'm talking about for this season. I like to see a school that stands up and says, no, your scheduling idea sucks major ass, and we're not going to do it. Whereas we have Charlie Cobb over there that receives the most horrendous schedule I've ever seen and goes, cool.
Schedule check.
Now he may have gone back and said this is horseshit. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about that at all.
Ever again.
I was going to say, do you think Charlie Cobb is more like you with schedules or more like me with schedules?
Probably.
Oh, he's definitely more like you.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I asked him,
more like me. Does not give
I saw him. Shit. I saw him this earlier this year, and I asked him about the fact that we don't have a 4th out of conference game for 2025. Like we're talking about like 15 months from now, 16 months from now, we don't have a game scheduled. And he's like, "Oh, I thought we did." Oh,
Well, he thought it was announced, right?
He thought it was announced.
Yeah. So it sounds like maybe there is a game that has not been announced that he thought was announced, which is problematic too.
David, have you figured it out?
I'm not covering him for him.
If anyone could figure it out, David, and take the time to do it, it's you.
Well, the thing is, it would be on another team's schedule. Like they would already announce it.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
So if anyone knows, it would be David. And David has combed over all 131 four teams, and been like, "There's nobody. It couldn't be anybody."
Maybe we're flirting with the other teams that need a game. There's multiple.
Well, the thing is, when I actually have legit looked out to see what teams do not have a 2025 opening, it's all FCS teams. But we already have an FCS team scheduled. So are we going to have 2 FCS teams? Because one of those, should we win both, one of those does not count. Oh, you can do it. It's just only one of them counts towards bowl eligibility.
That doesn't sound like a smart idea.
Well, we'll probably lose one of them, so it doesn't really matter anyways, right?
So do you get to pick which one counts if you win one, lose one?
The loss, we're gonna throw that one out.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just, it just seems we have a game scheduled into the 2030s, but we can't announce a scheduled game for 2025. By the way, it's not Georgia. Georgia has a full schedule. So it's not like they're holding some big surprise in there for later on.
Can we ask our SID what's going on there? Say, hey, we noticed there's a problem with our schedule in 2025.
You mean our retiring Sid, who's gone after like next week?
Then they're like a temporary intern.
Have you seen Georgia State ever replace outside of a head coach? Have you seen Georgia State actually replace somebody who left?
No, Georgia State's like, ooh, look at that payroll reduction.
Exactly. And the government jobs, like that's $60,000 back in our pockets.
Mm-hmm. Could it be like Hawaii? Like a bonus game?
If it is Hawaii, I can't remember if it's actually a home game or an away game.
Not them, right?
If we play at Hawaii, we get an extra game. I don't remember. I can't remember if it's a home or away game. But dude, we play Hawaii. I'm going to that game.
All going. That's a trip.
We're going to that game.
Yeah, that's a trip.
For like a week. Like we're gonna whatever the game is the week before, we like fly out. Like we leave from the park to the airport to go spend a week in Hawaii waiting for the next game. Yeah. Right? Okay.
But wait, like literally this is a problem, right? We don't have a game scheduled.
There's no
we're missing.
Maybe we're going to go for just have an extra bye week because the Sun Belt screwed us out of having 2 bye weeks this year by sandwiching them around trash down south in the first 5 weeks.
Maybe Charlie knows something no other team in the nation knows.
An extra bye week will also not count towards bowl eligibility.
It's not count.
Well, we won.
It doesn't count against it. It's not count against it.
That's true.
All right.
But we're in a new era. Who knows? That might be a problem, right? We might be going. I mean, imagine if we went like 11-0.
I know we miss out on the New Year's Six bowl
because we didn't play another game. Yeah.
That we do have we're Georgia State, right?
I think we're at Vandy and host Memphis. Is that right? Is that our
that's a pretty
we're out of conference? And I think that we have Murray State. Right? Murray State rescheduled from COVID. Oh, what's the third one? Fourth one. What's the fourth one? Scott, I think it's another Tennessee team. I can't remember.
I thought you said there isn't a fourth one.
I'm talking about 2026.
Oh, okay.
The year we have a full schedule.
Yeah. All right.
They're not just going to not have a game. So something's going to happen.
It'd be GSU upping themselves to bajillionth degree.
Look, and maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but I trust that they can get that done.
I do.
That there will be a full schedule.
I do think there will be a full schedule. All right. I'm going to say that, but it's just really weird we don't have it yet.
It's a little weird, especially given the football schedules and how long out they are.
Here's a conspiracy theory for you. I just thought of this. What if Charlie Cobb knows we're moving conferences and the Trash Down South game becomes an out of conference game?
I like the conspiracy theory, David.
Do they already have 4? Do they already have 4?
But it wouldn't matter. But they would lose I don't screw them. Like they're not a real program, anyways.
I just think it's kind of weird that Kennesaw, who just joined FBS like this year, has their schedule set.
Yeah. Yesterday they joined. What is this? The second? Yeah, they joined FBS yesterday.
Yeah, like they have their schedule for next year all done. But we're like,
everybody does.
Well,
that's why we know there's a problem.
We'll get to it. We're just we're busy. We don't have time. We'll announce it later. Don't worry about it.
This seems like a lot of effort.
I mean,
I've had to hire a bunch of coaches lately.
David, as like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it and I'm bouncing what you just said around in my head, and like it does not make sense
About the conference.
About it being about like TDS is our fourth game, and and they know it, but they can't say. I don't know. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that theory. That feels like it could be true.
All right, let's roll with that. We'll put that on social media tomorrow.
If it could be true, and I want it to be true, then it must be true.
I heard about it on a podcast. It must be true.
That's right. These three assholes on this podcast.
they're general ass mans.
So you got my attention, David. So I went and looked at Trash Down South schedule. What a weak ass 2025 out of conference schedule. Maine.
What do they got?
Jack State, which I know it's FBS now, but whatever. FCS. They have 2 FCS teams. Fresno State. And then their one legit team, which probably is a good old boy connection, Southern Cal.
Wait, they're playing Fresno State?
I feel like
they're playing Fresno State and Southern Cal?
Yes.
Next year, next 2020.
Back-to-back weeks. They're just going to stay out there.
Yeah, I would. That sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude. And they're selling that to recruits. Hey, next year you're just going to spend a week and a half in California.
We're gonna buy out Maine.
How do you not get this schedule made? Come on, like why do you not do this?
We're gonna buy out the Maine game, and then they're gonna play us, right?
So do they think playing Fresno State's like playing like the real Bulldogs or something? They don't like get like you get to play the Bulldogs.
They played Southern Cal like a year or two ago, didn't they?
Trash Down South did?
I feel like they did. They've already played them, or is that UCLA? I don't know.
I pay so little attention to them. I talk about them a lot, but I just don't pay attention to them a lot, so I got no idea. I try to avoid.
They played someone on the West Coast, and they thought they were going to win, and they didn't.
They always think they're going to win.
Pretty much.
All right, man. We're already 42 minutes in. I still have a lot of things.
We have more.
I got a lot of stuff. All right, let's keep it Georgia State here.
Okay.
No big news. A little schedule. The basketball schedule is starting to kind of piece itself together. No reason to say a lot about it, but the MAC challenge is going to be against Ball State, which football has played them. I think we're 2-1 against Ball State. One was like that bowl victory on Christmas Day where we absolutely demolished them, just wiped the ground with them, which was fun. So, we got that on a Monday. I'll probably have to miss that game. And then they announced the Kennesaw State game at the box on December 6th, a Friday. My birthday's 3 days later. It's my weekend.
We can match the energy that we experienced in the Kennesaw State building?
If we're good.
1, no. 2, it's like finals weekend and crap. How many kids are going to be there, right? Isn't that final December 6th? That's right when finals are, right? I remember taking a final on my birthday, which is the 9th. On my birthday.
I think it's around then, yeah. I mean, I think it's probably bad scheduling, but
yeah. But I don't know. Well, we should know by December 6th, we should know whether or not we have a legit team or not. Teams season starts like early November, I think. Is that what it is? Late October, early November?
Yeah, late October,
basketball season.
November. Yeah,
you guys.
Yeah, so we'll have a few games under our belt. We'll know what kind of team we have. But man, I do not want to go 0-2 against Kennesaw State in 2 years. That
would not be nice.
No, that's when we're calling for Jonas Hayes head on a platter right there. Nope, you're out of here, buddy. And then he just promotes Jarvis, and then Jarvis gets fired, and he just acts like he's Jarvis, and he still coaches the team.
Still, I mean, still not sure how often they don't just do that.
You coach tonight. No, you coach tonight.
It's a ring and some high waters. I mean, that's the difference. So
I feel like if I had had an identical twin, my identical twin was anything like me, we would spend our entire lives just messing with people. Like that's just what we would do. Like even our adult years, just like let's just screw these people. Like, your best friend, your entire life, best man in your wedding. Like, we're gonna go mess with him right now. All right.
I feel like for basketball though, I mean, with the team basically turning over 100%, 99%, 95%. I don't know. Was there one player left? Two?
There's like three or four guys that never played last season that are on the team. Yeah.
You either got to catch lightning in a bottle and get a good team coming in, or you got to be a really damn good recruiter and eye for talent in the transfer portal.
Well, if you looked at, I don't like recruiting ratings. Have you looked at the transfer rankings for Georgia State for
high this year, right?
It's just like sky high. It's like number one in the conference. He brought in a bunch of great guys, some former four-star recruits and stuff. So, he knows it's make it or break it time.
Do or die. Do or die.
He did promote Danny Peters up to assistant head coach. I think it was funny that his brother was not promoted to assistant head coach, but he promoted him and said in his statement about it was like, this guy's next position is a Division I head basketball coach. So maybe he's like,
right here,
do what I can for this guy before I get fired.
He's your next basketball coach. No, just kidding. He's not.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Coach Hunter's coming back, right? Charlie's going to retire. Coach Hunter's going to come back.
Well,
McGee's going to be
pretty sure Coach Hunter burned bridges.
I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Coach Hunter will not be making many appearances on Georgia State campus while assistant AD Cobb is in charge. So,
once Cobb leaves though, and McGee takes over, there's some openings there.
I would have to imagine that whenever Cobb finally leaves, whether it be on his own choice or Dr. President Blake's or whoever's next, whatever the next, it's got to see what the value was out of Coach Hunter being here and having a clean slate is gonna be like, we got to get this guy back involved with the program again, and just come out and talk a little smack, have a little fun. Him and RJ out there together at a game, be fun.
How often do head coaches for other D1 programs come back to previous D1 programs to do something like that?
How often do coaches of D1 programs go to another job and their wife stays back at the other D1 program's town?
At least 2 for 2 here with Sean Elliott.
Good point.
Yeah, but different directions.
Yeah, exactly.
And Sean Elliott went back to Columbia. So
that's true. That's true. Actually, that's right.
So it's just a matter of time before Hunter comes back.
So assistant coach Hunter.
Oh no! That'll never happen. There's no way he's ever taking an assistant coach job.
No.
Unless it's like the NBA or something like that. So, but I think Tulane was outside of having kind of breakthrough performance. I think Tulane. That's why he went to Tulane was like, get that money and have you retire. Your kid's gonna go make millions in the NBA. Let me go make some millions as well, and we can have a great life together as a family, raising those those grandkids and everything. So, I hate that he went to a New Orleans program. Like if he would have gone to if he would have gone to any other program, I would have been like just cheering on Hunter the same way, but
wrong place.
And then he's like partnered up with a TDS football coach. Come on, man. That hurt more than anything for me. Willie Fritz? Was it Willie Fritz?
Willie Fritz, yeah, Fritz from
that is funny though that Tulane just was like, oh, we're gonna hire a bunch of Georgia coaches.
TDS and Georgia State. I want the basketball coach.
Georgia's where it's at.
I guarantee there's somebody that thought both coaches came from the same school.
Oh, for sure.
You know what? I mean, it's not unheard of that that's why they were hired. That they thought we were just doing that well.
Willie Fritz is good for us. We'll get the basketball coach from the same program, and that's a feeder school for us now.
Someone in Tulane is probably like, "Oh, you're the Grambling State basketball coach." I'm sure. I'm sure.
Do you guys know where Grambling State is? Because I
It's
don't.
Louisiana, isn't it?
Is it really? I have
Is
no
it?
idea.
It's definitely deep south.
That was a genuine question.
Grambling, Louisiana.
I would have literally gone Midwest. I would have thought Grambling was like in Iowa or something like that.
No, I think it's an HBCU.
It is
in Louisiana. Yeah.
It is HBCU. Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yep.
Oh, all right. There you go. All right.
We're talking a lot about basketball.
We did well. We talked a lot about bullshit.
We got last call coming up. Then is that?
I saw a few things.
Corner.
I got a few topics. We can do it as last call. That's fine.
What are some of the topics? Let's tease at least or something.
All right. Well, there was some realignment bold predictions that involved the Sun Belt directly. I know Ryan hates that.
No scheduling sexiness.
A former head coach of a Sun Belt team and a head coach of a team that we demolished last season. He's gone to begin the season. Like
nice.
A couple months before the season starts, and then one of Ryan's favorite herbal remedies is now being allowed in the NCAA for postseason play.
Oh, good.
And
mushrooms, right?
And coaches.
Is that an herb? That's not an herb.
It's called a teaser, man. And all those bajillions coaches that teams have hired as analysts are now allowed on the field and stuff. So that's and then there's we got to talk about this one.
All right, there was
the Ramada.
Wow.
The Ramada across from the box.
Was it Ramada? I just guessed.
I know you said it. I just went with it.
Okay, cool.
It was Ramada.
Okay,
Ramada.
They want to make it into an old folks home.
Somebody does.
So when I first heard that, I'm like, this is the worst idea in the entire world. I'm like, all right, 30 years from now, guys, this is our retirement plan. This is where we go. This is when we sell our houses. We sell all of our crap. We all move into this hotel across from the basketball stadium. We can walk down to we use the
no, you're not walking.
The rapid transit bus MARTA down to the park, and this is our twilight years, guys. We can go to basketball games and football games as long as they have a bar in the lobby. That's all I need.
I'm sure they'll have a bar. They have to.
Probably a speakeasy or something.
Yeah.
I'm just to the point where anything they announce for that building, I don't believe it.
Doesn't make it.
I don't believe it. They've been talking about all kinds of shit for that building for years and years and years and years, and nothing.
There was some. I feel like there was an article a month or two ago about like Section 8 housing or something temporarily, but that fizzled, and now it's this.
There was an article that came out. Maybe it was before COVID. Maybe it was after. I can't remember. Where they were talking about like demolishing that retention wall that's like right there, or retaining wall, whatever it's called, and building retail all around that side, going around to those apartments across the whatever it was, not central, whatever it's called, right there, and like making it into like a hot little bed of apartments, student housing, retail type stuff. And I'm like, that's fantastic, because that's exactly what we need. Yeah, we go over there. There's a bar. If we don't want to tailgate for basketball, which we always want to tailgate for basketball, we have a bar we could go to and hang out and walk across the street, or go do that after the game. We'd probably still tailgate after the game. But anyhow, I love that idea. And then that's just been like gone. Like Ryan said, every idea for that space is just changes. So
Georgia State Hotel or student dorms.
Well, the Georgia State Hotel is something that people have wanted for that space for a long time. The hospitality program to run something there would be really cool.
Makes too much sense.
But
it makes too much sense. So
I don't even think it's ours.
It's not.
No, it's not ours.
We'd have to buy it.
I think at this point it's the city's. I think the city owns it.
Yeah.
And I tell you what,
if
you want to look, what is the Fanplex right down here?
Fanplex.
Dude, they've been trying to do something with that, and the city is it's so corrupt, man. And they try to leverage that to do all kinds of different things, and none of it works, and they just fizzle out.
It is a critical voting center for the area.
Oh my Lord.
We have land in our neighborhood over here in Edgewood that the city owns.
Land over there?
It's like former school space. They just like demolished the school, and it's just fenced up green space. Then the city doesn't want to give it away. They like, well, we may want to use that later on. It'll be too expensive to buy back. And I'm like, you're holding land hostage in downtown Atlanta. That's just
because we might have a plan at some point.
And not to get political about it, but now they have this blight tax that they're trying to like just charge 75% higher taxes to get people to get out of their properties they already own.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do the same thing to the city and have them.
Atlanta.
I feel like we're in last call material.
We are.
We're in like after show material right now.
We're teetering on curse words.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. Tim, you want to take us out of here?
Yeah, sure. Thanks everyone for listening. We're going to get some new drinks, refresh, probably use the restroom. If you like what you heard or you didn't, doesn't matter. Join us on our Patreon, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. If you sign up, you'll get access to our live chats, discounts on merch. David's not wearing any tonight. Go David. And drinks at tailgates.
All right.
Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Oh, wait, it's only $5. Forgot that. Well, no, it's free. No, it's $5. I don't know. David will tell you.
Yeah, if we open up the free membership, if you do a free member, you get live access to the streams. But then the private group chats and the discounts on merchandise are all for our paid members. So check it out. Patreon.com/State of Atlanta. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.